So you've done a lot of analysis at this point. You have a lot of information, a lot of spatial data. Don't forget to save. And you might be ready to create a map. So we're going to talk through how to create maps. In this case, you can notice here, we could actually have multiple maps displayed on here. I'm just keeping one for now. But I want to create not just a new map, I want a new layout. So if I go to the Insert tool, I can get a new layout. And the first thing I want to do, I'm going to make a nice map of the information that I have here in my watershed. So I'm going to get that watershed centered. I'm going to make sure I can see the whole thing. And then I'm going to go to New Layout. And I'm going to have it set up as an 8.5 by 11-inch paper, but really doesn't matter. You can scale it to any size when you bring this into PowerPoint. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to get a new tab. You don't want to close these. You want to leave both your map tab and your layout tab open. And we are going to put in a map frame. So what that does is you are basically getting information from a map. So when I click on the map frame, it gives me an option of default extent, or I can get an extent that looks similar to what I was just looking at. So I'm going to click on this, and then it gives me a crosshair, and I'm just going to draw a square. And all of a sudden, I have a nice looking map. We're starting to get somewhere. Click out of there to unselect it. And I want to draw your attention to some of the options up here on the bar. You could add a north arrow. You could add a scale bar. Let's add a scale bar. I'm going to go to double alternating. And again, I get the crosshairs, which is telling me to draw. So I'm going to draw it. It's in miles, but we're going to put it in kilometers. So I'm going to right click. Hold on, I'm going to show you that one more time. I'm going to right click on that. And I'm going to say properties. And I am going to say kilometers. And it will give you whatever increments it thinks is right. If you don't like those increments, you can always make your scale a little bigger and it will adjust the increments on the fly. So I'm trying to get it right to 10. It might resist me. Yeah, it's totally going to resist me. I'm going to zoom in a little more. There we go. So now I have this nicely set up, and you can see some information appearing down below. That's because the world hillshade is on. If I turn that off, that information should go away, but maybe it won't. That's okay. All right. There it goes. Gone. All right. What other information might you want on this? Maybe you want that north arrow. You can go ahead and draw a north arrow. But you also might want a legend. So let's go ahead and grab a legend. And I would say play around with the styles. But a legend is going to be useful to you. So again, all you gotta do is draw, but it's gonna tell you if there are problems. It's showing you the outlet. You're gonna notice there's maybe information on here, maybe it can't show it all. So maybe you wanna scroll down and extend it further. We actually don't show our DEM on there. Why is it appearing on the legend? It's appearing on the legend because it is open on your map. So another thing I'm going to encourage you to do is to go over and turn off any layers that you're not using. So I'm going to turn off the DEM, and I think that's pretty good. All right, so we have a decent looking map. We want to export it. So you're going to go to Share, and you're going to export it, and you're going to export it as a PDF. You can export it as a JPEG as well. I'm going to try flattened PDF just for funsies. And it's going to ask you where to save it. So click on that little folder, and I'm going to go to, again, the drive, CE352 project 1 folder, and I'm going to make a new folder called apps. And in there, I'm going to name this slope. And I'm gonna say save. And then I'm going to say export. So it's telling me that it's trying it. Oh, it's completed. And I'm gonna say view the file. And I'm gonna say view it in Adobe Acrobat. All right, we got a map. You can bring this into, oh gosh, there we go, all the pop-ups. You can bring, oh, decided to crash, that's all right. You can bring this into ArcGIS as an image. You can also export your layout. Let's try a JPEG just for funsies. As another option, project 1, maps. Slope.jpg. Export, don't forget to click the export. And I'm going to navigate to that folder over here. So E352, project 1, maps. I have my PDF and then my JPEG. That's a pretty good looking JPEG. JPEG works great too. And either of these you can just drag into PowerPoint or insert as images into PowerPoint. So what do you do now? You have basically a really nice preset. What I would encourage you to do is to make the maps that you think you'll need for your project. So under that map frame, you can turn different things on or off, and this will update what is happening with your legend. So maybe you want to change some colors. Maybe you don't want to show slope. Maybe you want to show the fill DEM. Just a word of caution, a lot of the legends don't include units, so that's something you're going to want to add or change. And you can then just keep exporting things. Don't forget to change the name, but you can basically make all of your maps or make a couple of different maps to choose from using this same format. And as always, click save your project. And to get back to your map, you can just click on map here and it will take you right back to the analysis that you've been working on over on this side. All right, that is how to create a map.